Welcome back to the Morning Brew. Rosalinda and I were just discussing Halloween is 2 weeks from today.
I can't believe it.
I better get to work on my costume.
Yeah, I've been kind of going to the local thrift stores looking for pieces for my kids and my costume. So far, so good.
Do you know what you're going to be yet?
I actually don't know what I'm going to be, but my kids are pretty much set.
Yeah. Well,
When I was at the thrift store, I found somebody handmade this flower costume. And I saw that, and I'm like, we have to get that.
Yeah.
So one
Does
of
it
my
fit?
daughters is going to be a flower. It's so cute. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole, like, she's got petals. And so then my son decided that he's going to be a bumblebee to go with
Oh,
so
with the
that's
flower.
really cute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You know, kids figure out what they want to be for Halloween in July.
yeah, I need
So
to think.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm still
Probably
working on
nothing. I'm going to be,
Oh, you have to be something.
oh, come on. Really?
Mm-hmm,
All
you
right.
do.
This is Rosalinda Roman. She is the host and producer and director of a show called New Mexicast, and you see it right here on this channel
Yeah.
before the Morning Brew now.
Right, but if they missed it this morning, they can catch it again tomorrow morning. On Saturdays, they rerun them.
Yeah.
And again on Thursdays, so you'll catch it. You see the promos.
And this started out as a video blog
Yeah.
that you did with your family.
Yeah.
And it's developed into this half-hour show.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of, for me now, I'm doing a lot of episodes with my family. There was a time in the middle where it was more stories about people
Right.
Around town, but we travel a lot, so I've been just doing stories wherever we go. And today's episode is about, well, you know, last week we did stuff about the skies in New Mexico.
Right.
We went to a solar eclipse celebration
Yeah, I
and,
remember that. That was
and did
good.
different stuff with New Mexico skies. So then we headed to Arizona.
Uh-huh.
My husband's from Tucson, so we make it to Arizona a lot. And there's two stories in this episode. One is about the Grand Canyon, which, believe it or not, I had never even been to.
Ah.
And so we went to the Grand Canyon because they have something called a star party. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
It's so cool. I don't know if you guys have the video. Take a peek. So we went to the Grand Canyon. Almost everybody that you see right there was part of our group. We had
Okay.
8 kids and 4 adults, and we went to the
Alright.
Grand Canyon.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. This is
Nice.
what most people are used to seeing.
Sure.
But we got a unique experience at night after the sun goes down. Once a year, 1 week out of the year, amateur astronomers bring their telescopes to the
Oh.
Grand Canyon and open it up to the public, and you can go and see the most amazing things. Now you notice everything's red because you can't use any white light,
Oh, I
otherwise
see.
it ruins the view.
Is that the
guy's
guide?
Yeah, he actually is from the Tucson Amateur Astronomers Association, and they're the ones that host it.
Okay.
So we'll talk with him, and I'll share some of the cool stuff we learned. But it's really neat, and it was funny. It's the first story I ever shot using a red flashlight as the
Yeah.
light source, because you can use red light because it doesn't distract the eyes, for the same reason that when
Yeah.
you're out on a boat at sea at night, you don't use a white light, you use red,
Yeah.
because
Because it can be seen farther.
and it also is better for your visibility. Then you
Uh-huh.
can see what else is out in the night sky, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it was a really neat experience. We
That's
went out
kinda
there, and I wasn't sure how the video would turn out, but I think it turned out pretty well. A little eerie, appropriate
Yeah,
for an
sure.
October
It's a
story.
Halloween time.
Right. And then the other story, which I don't have video for you this morning, is up at Kitt Peak
Mm-hmm.
in Arizona as well. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of Kitt Peak. It's
Yeah.
outside of Tucson, right?
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half drive, I think, from downtown Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're driving, like we always see on our way to Mexico, there's this big dome up on the top
Yeah.
of the mountain, a big white thing. So we went up and investigated, and there's a series of telescopes that are, it's actually the National Observatory for the U.S. because they have these amazing telescopes up there.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like we have here in New Mexico, they have amazing, they don't have the
The
light pollution,
right. And there's people up there all the time. Did you just go unannounced and
Yeah,
show up?
we did. And I was wondering if there were more programs, so I ended up going and talking with an expert at the University of Arizona campus. And he tells us there's some night programs that I hope to get to one day. This is not something we've done yet.
Nice.
But during the day, anybody, I think it's normal business hours, you can go up to the observatory.
They'll show you around.
And you can go. There's a solar telescope. There's a bunch of buildings, and you can go in and see pictures of
neat.
the galaxies. It's really, it's a neat experience.
Those are the best surprises when
Yeah.
they're just unplanned. You just
Yeah.
go, hey, let's go up there and see that.
Yeah, and I've learned so much because usually I'll go and I'll get video of us
Sure.
doing these things, and then I'm like, there's got to be an expert who can tell me more.
Yeah.
And then I'll go and interview that expert, and so that's the case with these stories.
That's what this show is all about, New Mexicast, and
Yeah.
it's about adventures and things you don't normally do in the Southwest.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, and everywhere, wherever we
Yeah,
go, we usually
sure.
shoot a story. So.
okay,
hopefully
it's
people
on
check it out.
Before the Morning Brew, and look for it on this channel. There's the website. This is the person who does it all, Rosalinda Roman. Not only shoots it, but edits it, hosts it, and everything else.
Yeah,
So,
it's fun. I
yeah.
enjoy it.
Thanks for being on again.
I
today.
always
Good
like
see
to
you.
talk to you. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
Thanks. Rosalinda Roman, everybody. Continuing now on the Morning Brew. We'll be right back.